It's just unbelievable how they can push each other, because that's what ran out for me is motivation. How do they keep, is it because the other two are there that Roger keeps pushing himself and vice versa with Novak and Rafa? Are they chasing history? I mean, what is it that just keeps them so motivated?
I'm talking about Novak and Rafa and Roger. I think the motivation they have is the ultimate goal, who is going to win the most majors.
Fitting that it was ace number 8 in this final match to bring him his 8th championship.
In 2020, Rafael Nadal makes it 20.
For Novak is 9 Australian Open titles.
We talk about Roger and Wimbledon, Rafa and Roland Garros, Novak and Melbourne Park.
The first one's like, oh my God, you know, like I was able to win one. The rest now, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm a Wimbledon champion, I'm a Grand Slam champion.
I would love to be, to finish my career being the player with more Grand Slams, no doubt about that. No, but I'm not gonna be thinking all the time, Novak have this one, Roger is winning the other one.
Well, I mean, to be honest, really, at this stage of my career, it's about majors. It's about the ranking. You know, number 1. Obviously, those are the 2 biggest goals.
He's champion in Australia for the 5th time. And that's it. On a massive miss hit, Wimbledon number 5.
With arguably the greatest ever clay court performance.
Astonishing win, but one wonders where it will all end.
He's done it, and look what it means to Roger Federer.
Nadal is in the final.
Nadal has arrived on the scene.
Game, set, match. Powerful and graceful Federer.
Yes.
Federer has the trifecta at the U.S. Open, his 9th Grand Slam title.
Only needs one.
history denied. The great Federer. Going Federer.
It's 5 in a row. Fantastic, Federer.
Really lived up to expectations of everybody, and for me to come through in 5 sets was just incredible.
There's your women's champion, the 2008 Australian Open, Djokovic, with an outstanding win in 3 sets.
Mesdames et messieurs, malheureusement, en raison d'une blessure, Novak Djokovic montrera à l'abandon. Jeu 7 des matchs, Nadal.
Oh, that came at an odd time. Djokovic retires here at the start of the 3rd set.
But in his press conference after the match, I think Novak showed that he's got a ways to go in terms of analyzing tennis matches.
I think I was in control because I think everything was depending on me. I think I could win today. You know, I have to say that even though he's the best and everybody thinks that he's unbeatable, I say he's not unbeatable, he's beatable.
Oh, yes. I don't know. If he say that, it's okay.
Nadal was wondering if something was lost in translation. Your reaction?
Are you kidding me? Djokovic, do you need some smelling salts? Do you want to incite Rafa? I think the next time he plays you, he is going to drop the hammer on you. You will never forget saying that. What were you thinking about, buddy?
C'est fait. Sur un dernier coup droit gagnant, Rafael Nadal de nouveau en finale de Roland Garros, 2 heures et 28 minutes.
Unbelievable effort. It's the greatest match I've ever seen in my tennis career.
Times now, a Grand Slam champion.
An order has been restored in Paris. And Rafa Nadal ends up on the turf and picks himself up as a Wimbledon champion.
He was tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 2010 U.S. Open Men's Championship, Rafael Nadal.
well, now Novak is 2. For the last 6 years, Roger and me we were number 1 and number 2, you know? So that's probably a great rivalry since that 6 years, but we will see what happens in the future. I don't know. I am not a genius.
Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find you and take it slowly. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Gonna find.
He's got it. Novak Djokovic, for the second time, is the Australian Open champion.
Novak Djokovic is your champion here, and for the moment, you'd have to say he's the best player in the world.
Oh, that's unreal!
He's done it. And what a victory. The 7th Masters Series 1000 title of his career, and improves his record to 24 wins and no losses this season.
Novak Djokovic is certainly that of a future world number 1.
Jaw-dropping stuff from Djokovic. Victory for Djokovic. The very first time in 10 attempts that the Serb has been able to beat Nadal on the Spaniards' beloved clay. And this incredible streak continues. 32 wins and no losses.
It is 7 straight titles. He remains unbowed, unbeaten. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Find you and take it slowly. Ready or not.
It is an ace. Two gladiators who've given us the match of the tournament, if not the match of the year.
There still belongs to Rafa Nadal, the 6th championship he's won here.
Not a lot of guys, small group thing can go toe-to-toe with Nadal and come out ahead in these type of rallies.
Look at Djokovic. Speed kills. It is just stunning, John, to see somebody else doing this to Nadal.
To say he's fired up right now is an understatement.
champion and #1 in the world.
There is near hysteria here. 2 match points for Federer. Oh my word! Where on earth did Djokovic find that? You gonna support me now? It's out. It's not even. He's done it. Second year in a row in the semi-final of the US Open. Djokovic beats Federer, saving 2 match points. He's got it. His 3rd final here, his 1st triumph. It's a 3rd major of the year for Novak Djokovic, emulating Nadal of last year. He's just the 6th man in the Open era to win 3 of the 4.
I'll give you a simple answer. Last night I didn't have any gluten, and tonight I'll have a bunch of gluten. And alcohol.
The season is probably impossible to repeat. That's why, and his level for sure is fantastic. He's doing very well mentally, everything. So just accept that, accept the challenge, and work.
He's missed it, and we do have a Vitsat here. What a comeback from Rafael Nadal. He looked dead and buried in this match.
Might that be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Nadal is 2 games away. Missed it. Challenge, but that was a gift.
Rafa cannot believe it.
Novak's got that look back in his eye.
Yep.
Putting those reserves.
When they write the story of the great tennis matches ever played, this one has got to be right up the front of the book. Novak Djokovic is the champion in Melbourne for the 3rd time.
The longest Grand Slam final, as you said, and definitely most exciting match that I ever played. Almost 6 hours against the biggest rival. We all are taking each other on another level.
You're now on an incredible run at Grand Slam tournaments, winning 3 in a row. Can you keep that run going? And of course we have to talk about the pure Grand Slam. No one's done it since Rod Laver. How cool would it be to be able to achieve that?
Very cool. Very cool. It's a hard task to ask for, obviously, but everything is possible in life.
This is Rafas' house. He stands alone. 7 French championships.
Do you think that Roger has another Grand Slam title in him?
He's one of the greatest candidates to win any next Grand Slam, and he's still out there. He's still, number 3 of the world, and I think he still has a shot.
Swiss maestro, Federer, defeats the defending champion.
Can you put into words how much it means to you, having not been in the final the last few years, and
having all those great successes here previously and being able to step it up like you did today?
Well, particularly the first time when I didn't reach the finals, and it was a bit of a shock loss for people that I lost to Berdych. Not for me, because I knew how tough he was. But people like, how are we going to survive a Wimbledon final without you? But of course it feels great to be in a Wimbledon finals. This is what you want to be playing for the Wimbledon trophy.
Championship number 7.
You are a big part of this golden age we're in right now in tennis. We've got Roger, Rafa, Andy and yourself, and right now there's 7 billion people on the planet. No one plays this game better than you. That must be quite a surreal feeling. No one in the world is better than you. I can grant you one wish this year. Would you prefer Roland Garros or year-end #1?
I'll take everything.
Okay.
It's greedy.
And it's probably possible.
Why greedy? I mean, I have no reason not to be confident about myself. So I'll take one tournament at a time and try to win everywhere I play.
Today it's the Nadal-Djokovic rematch at the semi-final stage. The world #1 from Belgrade won their only encounter so far this year, ending the Spaniards' 8-year reign on the Monte Carlo clay. However, in this event, Nadal has raised his game as the temperature has climbed. It's going to be a must-see match with no one confident of the outcome. This is just perfect stuff now. This is top class.
Point of the match.
Oh, come on, boys. This is unreal.
He's lost the point. It's in.
Total miss hit.
That's a forehand that's played after 4 hours and 22 minutes.
That will do it. Rafael Nadal is through to yet another French final. What an effort from these boys. Novak Djokovic, his dream will have to wait for another year.
Australia in 2012 was similar match, and then he won. Today was me. That's the good thing about the sport. Sometimes one, sometimes others, and that makes the sport very big.
It's a legitimate shot. Nadal is apologising, but it's the only shot he had.
Oh, it's brilliant yet again. He's made it, and the 31st chapter between these two greats of the sport did not disappoint in the slightest.
2013 United States Open Tennis Championships. We have reached the final. Most people anticipated.
used to at the French Open. I think they're trying to exceed it on the hard courts tonight.
Into that ball. Has won the US Open for a second
time. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, your US Open champion, Rafael Nadal.
Rafa, you're writing history of tennis. You have 14 slams, now 9 here in Paris. I'm sure it's a big emotion when you think about all the work you did to reach that level.
I lost the final of Australia this year. Had a problem in my back in the final, so it was a very hard moment. So today the tennis give me back what happened in Australia. No?
It's Djokovic who claims this classic. 6-4 in the fifth. Wonderful final.
This is a very emotional time, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. First of all, I want to congratulate Roger for a great tournament and great fight today. He's a magnificent champion and a great example of a great athlete and a role model for many kids. So I respect your career and everything you have done, and thank you for letting me win today.
Djokovic then went on to reclaim the world #1 position with success at Wimbledon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the men's singles final of the Australian Open Championship 2015. Djokovic swings again.
7-6, 6-7. Yeah, center match. Djokovic has done it. He has successfully defended his title here at the BNP Paribas Open.
A little bit of tennis history is made. The first player to win the opening 3 Masters of the year. The world #1 is setting the bar extremely high.
Novak have been under control the most of the time. He was better than me.
It's definitely a big win. It's the match I will remember for a long time.
Wimbledon final. Roger Federer against Novak Djokovic. An absolute delight here on centre court on the final Sunday.
Djokovic again. Djokovic. 3 sets to 1. Championship at Wimbledon.
That's one of the things that's really hard as you watch as a tennis historian, and you see 2 legends in front of you like Rafa and Roger. And by the way, no matter what you do, Novak, you're never going to be treated like Roger and Rafa.
Yeah. He finishes 3rd on the fan popularity list.
We were
I think the only 10 that were supporting him in that final against the 25,000 New Yorker fans. On that very moment, when you miss the first serve and they start the whistle, hoping you make a double fault, that's not so nice.
And finally, he gets the support of the crowd. Two very dignified champions of their sport. And for Novak, a second US Open crown to go with his 3 Wimbledons and his 5 Australians. And of course, he was just one win away from the French as well, from completing the calendar Grand Slam. But for Roger, a runners-up spot for the 4th time in his last 5 major final appearances.
2 of the biggest names in tennis, they have not played here at the Australian Open since 2011.
Tonight he is up against the best player on the planet currently. He's chasing down those records. Minutes, and Federer has been giving a lesson out here on centre stage, and I tell you what, it hasn't happened too often in his career. That'll do it. Novak Djokovic is through to a 6th Australian Open final. It'll be a 19th major final overall for him, and it's a startling 17th final in a row.
Et c'est fini, Novak Djokovic remporte après 3 heures et 3 minutes d'un combat intense le seul tournoi du Grand Chelem qui manquait à son palmarès.
This is the first time in this amazing era that we have one player who is the favorite at all 4 majors. Novak is the clear-cut favorite at all 4 of the slams. He's the best player on all of those surfaces right now. He's at his absolute peak.
We thought that rivalry had played its requiem, but it just took one magic night in Melbourne in 2017 for Fedal to come back in all its glory.
Decides the outcome. It's in! Victory for Federer! He's champion in Australian for the 5th time, and it's major number 18 for the Swiss maestro.
Tennis is a tough sport. There's no draws, but if there was going to be one, I would have been very happy to accept a draw tonight and share it with Rafael, really.
Feels like old times, you know, we're playing each other every week now. Can't get enough of each other.
Roger Federer completes the sunshine double. For 3 years, Rafael Nadal has suffered at the hands of Novak Djokovic. But today, he's turned the tables.
The dream comes true. La Decima is his.
Fitting that it was ace number 8 in this final match to bring him his 8th championship.
for 6. He's the champ again.
An 11th Roland Garros title, a 17th Grand Slam for Rafa Nadal.
He's not really sure, I believe, how much he wants or he needs to win tennis matches. And I had a time in my career where I thought I wanted it, and you get on the court and it's really not that important anymore. And I'm not sure Novak can promise himself that he's going to show up for everything.
Chung is into the quarter-finals of the Australian Open.
Oh, et la quatrième de balle est la bonne. La quatrième balle de match.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's the same thing as you climb up on the ladder on the roof and you fall down from a roof. You can't just take a big leap back up on the roof. You got to take every rung on the ladder, and so he slipped down a whole step because of injury. It's 10 small steps to get back up, and he's maybe at number 3 or 4 right now.
A 4th Wimbledon title.
History on the line as Rafa tries to become the first man to win all 4 majors multiple times. Novak looking for a record 7th Australian Open title.
Oh my goodness, we've seen it all now. Too good. Just going from better to better to better. History for Novak Djokovic. He's out on his own.
I don't say I have been destroyed. I have been playing against a player that was at the highest level possible.
Novak, congratulations. Okay, 7 Australian Opens, 15 slams.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
We have not been playing very often, like 8 years ago, no? So it's a little bit different.
Nadal to be out-dueled at the net. That's away. What a contest. Roger Federer, 37 years of age. He's into his 12th Wimbledon final. Federer on the right, Novak Djokovic on the left. It's a match that we've seen on 2 occasions in the final. Thank you very much. I'll serve for my 9th championship. And look at the crowd. And he's got 2 match points here, Roger Federer. He has come back from the brink in this match. And after 4 hours and 11 minutes, the crowd are on their feet. Wimbledon, number 5 for the Serbian superstar. What a treat this has been. In the longest final in Wimbledon history. And he's beaten Roger Federer in all 3 Wimbledon finals that he's played him in. US Open champion.
The Djokovic dynasty down under is still intact. It's an 8th Australian Open.
He was undefeated, now he's out. The #1 tennis player in the world ousted from the US Open.
In 2020, Rafael Nadal makes it 20. Goes level with Roger Federer with 20 Grand Slams.
The world #1, majestic in Melbourne again.
How would you describe the big three and what you've accomplished for more than 15 years and the evolution to keep fending off younger challengers?
The three knights of tennis.
It's been a huge challenge of mine in my tennis career, and to come back at my age is not something that's very simple.
That we had an amazing rivalry for such a long time is something in some way beautiful, I really believe.
Roger and Rafa inspire me, and I think as long as they go, I'll go.
Roger Federer has done so much for tennis. He's probably the best player of all time.
Rafa Nadal most probably has the best chance of go down as the greatest male tennis player of all time.
He was the best player this last decade. It's very clear he was the best player. Doesn't mean Roger and Rafa aren't all-time greats. Doesn't mean anything other than Novak's been the best player.
There seems to be this need to discuss the greatest of all time on the men's side. And frankly, at this point, I think it's kind of dumb. It'd be like handing out Oscars before you watch the endings of a movie.
Rafa, Novak, myself, we're going to try to hang on as long as we possibly can and see if we can elevate our title count.
Really friendly. Are you all friends?
Oh, he hit him.
Just telling mum and dad to keep quiet. No love lost, as we mentioned, between these two, and that will only make matters worse.
And Djokovic goes right at him here. Make no mistake about it, this is a message. And Roger Federer will not take kindly to that.
It's like a race who wins more. So it's a competition between us in in all areas. But I think that's the very reason why we are who we are, and because we do drive each other, we motivate each other, we push each other to the limit.